In Rebirth 4 of Radiant Dawn, our final opponent before confronting Ashera herself is Sephiran, Prime Minister of Benyan, who has orchestrated every major conflict in order to wake the goddess. For this purpose, Sephiran had secretly employed the Black Knight to incite the events of Path of Radiance, and had schemed to control Dayan with the Blood Pact, which caused many of the battles in Part 3. The purpose of all of this was to have Ashera cast judgment on the world and destroy it to start it anew, because Sephiran had lost his faith in humanity after experiencing hundreds of years of tragedies. But specifically, what really accelerated his despair was the assassination of the previous apostle, the Serenus Forest massacre, and most recently, when Ike kidnapped him and used him as a human shield in Chapter 10 of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Starting from this chapter, Nasir and Gareth join as new units, but your deployment limit remains the same, at 17. They are useful for their tide skills, which can boost the stats of adjacent allies, and they are easy shoot-ins to replace less useful characters that you are forced to bring, such as Soth. This is a defeat boss map featuring a new enemy type, Spirits, which are magical attackers with an astounding 20 move, meaning that they can attack pretty much anyone that they want. In theory, this could be very dangerous if every spirit decided to attack the same unit, but it seems that their AI is somewhat restrained and that they will generally try to spread out their attacks. But that is a moot point because this map can be completed very quickly. I start the map by moving downwards. My units easily one-darting spirits with their blessed weapons, and I manage to reach Sephiran within 3 turns. From there, I set up a triangle attack, but Sephiran's spirits can protect him by taking lethal hits for him, so I have the rest of my allies clear the remaining spirits, and finish Sephiran off with 2 more triangle attacks to complete the map. As Sephiran lays on the ground dying, Micaiah silently intervenes with sacrifice, resuscitating him and saving his life, which is something that can only happen on your second playthrough onwards if you trigger a bunch of event flags. Much like the Premiere Pro project file of this series, after working on it for 4 months, Sephiran yearned for death, and his plan was more or less a complicated means of committing suicide. In response to this, Ike calls Sephiran a moron, and that nothing he's experienced could justify his actions, which somehow convinces Sephiran to join us for the final battle.